5 surprising psychological facts that will blow your mind. The field of psychology aims at the study of the mind and behavior. For decades, researchers have attempted to explain why we are the way that we are, and will continue to go forward. Even if we are learning more and more every day, there is much we still don't understand. Some study findings are more intriguing than others. Are you aware that using punctuation in your text messages makes you appear insincere? Are you in for a wild psychological ride? The following psychology facts could just explain or confirm some of the things you see in yourself or others. Number 1, having a backup plan makes planner less likely to succeed. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania examined the performance of volunteers on a certain task and discovered that participants who thought about a backup plan did worse than those who didn't. They also discovered that participants' motivation diminished as they became aware of their other possibilities. This is related to expectancy theory, which was developed by Victor H. Vroom in 1964. According to the expectancy theory, whether you anticipate succeeding at something affects your passion for it. A backup strategy assumes that you won't be successful the first time. Researchers say it's important to think ahead but advise against getting too caught up in the details. You can unintentionally be hindering your progress. Number 2, catching a yawn might help us bond. You've just started your workday and are eager to accomplish a lot. During your morning meeting, you are seated at your desk when the person next to you yawns loudly and annoyingly. Before you know it, you soon find yourself yawning for no apparent reason. But you're not even tired. That's a response yawn. There are various ideas explaining why yawns are contagious. However, one of the leading ones being that response yawns demonstrate empathy. This explains why young kids that haven't yet developed a sense of empathy or those on the autism spectrum tend to yawn less frequently. Number 3, we care more about a single person than major tragedies. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania looked into people's behavior as it is related to donating to causes based on certain stimuli. One group was shown a little girl who was starving. The second group was told a statistic about millions of people dying of hunger every year, and the third group received instruction on both. Those who heard only about the statistic donated the least, followed by those who heard about both. Those who heard about the little girl donated twice as much as the statistic group. Psychologists attribute this to the fact that if an issue feels too big, we feel powerless and insignificant, and believe our efforts would be in vain. In this case, helping save one starving girl seems more attainable than eradicating world hunger. Number 4, it's easier to recall beginnings and ends than middles. Have you ever forgotten your grocery shopping list while out shopping? When trying to remember things without them, you can visualize them and remember things close to the beginning and the end. However, the middle parts are a little hazy. This was validated by research published in the Frontiers of Human Neuroscience. The serial position effect is what it is known as. Additionally, it explains why you might only remember the end of your manager's presentation, but the middle, not so much. So, it really is a thing, and you could not actually have ADHD after all. Number 5, it takes 5 positive things to balance out a single negative thing. You may have heard that it's a good idea to express your gratitude at the beginning and end of each day. This helps keep us balanced because we have what is called a negativity bias, which causes us to focus on the negative thoughts than the positive. This keeps us in a balanced state. It's useless to ruminate on the negative things that make you unhappy. Aim for a life where there are 5 positives to 1 negative. You can create something extraordinary.